don't lose control because of life. You lose control when emotions take over.
We all have things we want to achieve, right? Of course we do. But there's a huge difference between just wanting something and actually having a solid plan to go out and get it. So today, we're going to break down that plan, how to set goals you can actually finally achieve. Have you ever had that feeling? You're busy, you're doing stuff, but where are you really going? It's like you're adrift at sea. It's a super common feeling, but what if I told you there's a simple way to give your life a real destination? Well, that's exactly where goals come into play. The best way to think about them is as your own personal compass. Without one, you're pretty much just drifting, right? But with one, every single step you take has a purpose. It leads you somewhere you actually chose to go. So what is it that makes a well-set goal so powerful? First off, it just cuts through all that fog and gives you a clear destination. That clarity, that becomes your motivation on the days you really need it. And the best part, every time you hit a small milestone, your self-confidence gets a little boost, creating this incredible positive momentum. Okay, so just having a goal, that's not quite enough. To really make it work for you, you need a framework. And honestly, one of the most proven, most effective ones out there is the SMART method. So let's dive in and see what each of those letters really stands for. First up, S is for specific. Vague goals like, oh, I want to be more successful. I mean, what does that even mean? They're basically impossible to act on. But a specific goal like, I will increase my income by 20% this year, now that gives you a clear target. You know exactly what success looks like. Next, we've got M for measurable. You've probably heard this before. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. And it's so true. Whether it's the number of kilometers you're running each week or that pay raise you're aiming for, having a clear number lets you track your progress and know for sure when you've hit the finish line. Then there's A for achievable. This one is all about setting yourself up for success, not failure. A goal should absolutely stretch you, but it shouldn't be so out there that it breaks you. Learning a new language is a fantastic goal, but do you actually have the time to commit to it right now? It's about being honest and realistic, so you build momentum instead of just burning out. After that, we have R for relevant. And honestly, this might be the most important one of all. The goal has to genuinely matter to you. If it doesn't connect with what you truly value, with your bigger plans for your life, your motivation is going to vanish the second things get a little tough. And finally, T is for time-bound. A deadline, it creates urgency. It lights a little fire under you. Without a deadline, a goal is really just a dream that you can keep putting off forever. Saying you'll get that degree in 6 months, well, that transforms it from a vague wish into a concrete plan. Now, even a perfect SMART goal can sometimes feel huge, intimidating. So how do you tackle something massive, like starting a whole new business? Well, the secret is to break it down into smaller pieces. And psychologically, this is a total game changer. When you take a huge ambition and chop it up into smaller, manageable tasks, it suddenly feels doable. Each one of those little wins gives you a real sense of progress, and it fuels you to keep on going. I mean, think about the goal, start a business. It sounds massive, right? But look at this. Month 1 is just research. Month 2, you're just writing the plan. Each step is its own little goal. And just like that, this overwhelming idea becomes a simple 4-month roadmap you can actually follow. So setting the goal is one thing, but staying on the path, that's a whole other challenge. Your motivation isn't always going to be at 100%. It comes and goes. So let's talk about some real strategies to keep that fire burning. It's so easy for that initial motivation to just fade, or to feel like you're doing this all alone, or to just get distracted. But listen, for every one of these traps, there's a simple way out. Feeling your drive slip? Celebrate the small wins. Feeling lonely? Grab a friend to keep you accountable. Losing focus? Schedule regular check-ins with yourself to get back on track. And here's a really powerful tool you can use anytime: visualization. Seriously, take a quiet moment and just genuinely imagine what it feels like to achieve your goal. Feel that sense of pride, of accomplishment. Picture how your day-to-day life will be different. That vision of your future self, that's some of the best fuel you'll ever find. Let's be real for a second. The path to any goal worth having is going to have some roadblocks. It's just inevitable. So the real question isn't if you'll face them, it's how you're going to handle them when they show up. So how do you do it? Well, it really comes down to 2 key things. First, treat every failure like it's data. What did you learn? Were your expectations a little off? And second, you have to be flexible. The world changes, life happens, and sometimes your plan has to change with it. Being able to adapt isn't a weakness, it's a superpower. Think about it like this. A major setback, like an unexpected job loss, it can feel like your financial goals are just completely derailed. But what if you reframed it? What if it's an opportunity? Maybe it's the chance to learn that new skill you've been thinking about, or to finally dip your toes into freelancing. It's about pivoting, not quitting. And that right there is really the ultimate takeaway from all of this. This journey is not about executing your plan perfectly without ever making a mistake. It's about showing up, making progress, no matter how small, and just continuing to move forward. Because that continuous progress, that's what leads to absolutely extraordinary results in the end. So there you have it. You now have the compass, and you have the map. The only question left is, where do you want to go? What is the very first SMART goal you're going to set for yourself after this?
When you learn to feel without losing control, you step into the power of self-mastery. Link in comment.